It's never been easy in the Deadlands. Although we prefer to live away from any community, we still help those in need and bring justice to the Deadlands throughout our travels. My name is Dusk. I lead the fearless, enlightened Deadlands survivalists, more commonly known as the Feds. And this series of guides is our gift to you, Deadlanders, because we know it's never been easy in the Deadlands. Hello, stranger. I'm just letting you know, this first guide will be a very simple one, mainly focusing on the very basic aspects of the game, such as understanding the user interface, the menus, and how to get through your very first day in the Deadlands, thus making it almost useless for the more experienced players. You might want to skip this one and wait for the upcoming videos for more advanced guides. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome to Unturned. The first thing you might notice is that you're naked. Also, everything around you is blocky and it's a beautiful day in the Deadlands, but you would be more concerned about why you're naked, right? Anyways, if you look at the left bottom corner, you can see your information bars. From top to bottom they are health, hunger, thirst, immunity, stamina, and oxygen. And we will talk about all of them in more details, right now. First of all, your health bar. It's your health bar. I don't really know what more can I say about it. If you take damage from any source, you will lose some of it. When it's down to 0%, you will die. Self-explanatory. Just be careful of bleeding out, as it can prove quite irritating for new players. You can simply stop the bleeding with a rag or any better medical item. Now, as you're enjoying your day in the Deadlands, intentionally driving into fences, playing with glitches, stealing soda cans, painting a house, running for your life, and finally sitting down to contemplate your horrifyingly terrible life choices, you will notice that both your hunger and thirst bars are going down. Much like my life right now. As I was saying, once one of these two bars go down to 0, you will start losing health over time, until you either eat or drink something or just starve to death or die from dehydration. When both your bars are above 90%, you will start to regenerate your health at a very slow rate. Next up is your immunity to the zombie infection, bacteria, and hallucination. This one is a little bit more complicated. You lose immunity from eating rotten food, drinking from an unclean water source, eating most types of berries, getting hit by a zombie, entering the dead zone without protective gear, or if you're simply a morphine and adrenaline addict like myself. When your immunity is below 50%, it will start to go down somewhat quickly, and when it reaches 0, you will start to lose health. Some medical items such as tablets or vaccines can bring your immunity bar back up. Always keep your immunity at the very least at 70% at all times. Stamina is your energy. You use it to perform actions such as sprinting, jumping, and using the right-click power attacks that most melee weapons have. A few consumable items in the game will give you some stamina back. The oxygen bar shows how much longer can you hold your breath while diving or trying to steady a scope. Now that you're more familiar with the HUD, we will talk about the 4 menus. You can open this interface by using the tab key or by pressing one of the 4 shortcut keys. This is your inventory. You can see your character here, but most importantly, it is where all the items you pick up will show, as well as the items on the ground nearby. You can interact with these items to equip, drop, salvage them, and more. Clothing items provide extra inventory space to carry more items, but keep in mind that the cosmetic clothing items that can be bought with real money will neither affect your inventory space nor your armor. Here, you can find your primary and secondary weapon slots. When you find yourself some guns, you will soon realize that some weapons can only be assigned to the primary slot, and other weapons can be assigned to both slots. And of course, you can quickly equip these 2 weapons by pressing 1 for your primary and 2 for your secondary. This is where you can find all of the crafting recipes, but for the sake of this video we'll only talk about one recipe, the rag and its upgrades. If you're bleeding, take off one of your clothing items, most of the time it should be your hat, then turn it into cloths, and with 2 cloths you can make a rag that will stop your bleeding. You can turn 2 rags into a bandage, and 2 bandages into a dressing, which will provide you with extra healing. Next is your skills menu. Here you can level up various skills to make your life easier. The skills are split into 3 categories: offense, defense, and support. For the meantime, I will only show you what skills should you max first, as we will have a dedicated guide about skills in the future. Finally, this is the information tab. Here you will be able to see the names of the other players on the server, if you're playing on one of course. You will not be able to see the map without having a chart or a GPS in your inventory, unless you're playing on easy mode. You can zoom in and out, center the map on you, and see your group members on the map. Now, do you think that you are the absolute worst at virtually surviving in the unrealistic world of Unturned? Do you keep dying like that one silver Yasuo on your solo queue? Do you? Well, stranger, I have the power to change all of this. Except for the Yasuo part, you'll have to deal with that shit on your own. Sorry. But seriously, on your first day in the Deadlands, you should not go running into towns. Take careful steps and be a bit sneaky. The first items you should look for are food and drinks, and any melee weapon. Then you should try to start killing a few zombies. Since you are new to the game, you probably don't know how to kite properly. Your best bet would be taking out the zombies one by one. Alert only one zombie, then start smacking him in the head to stun him. If you hit the zombie repeatedly on the head, you will get him stuck in a stun lock. This way you can kill zombies while taking 0 damage. Here, the zombie dropped another melee weapon. It's exactly the same thing I have, but it's got a higher durability, which means it deals more damage. That's why I swap the hockey sticks. After that, you should continue to the next house, and the one after, and so on, while sneaking. Never forget to crouch and prone when there are zombies nearby. Exploring is one of the most fun aspects of Unturned. It's something that I really miss and wish I could experience again. This is everything I could tell you without spoiling the fun of exploring. Now you should try to just enjoy the game, make a few mistakes, learn a few things, and simply have fun. Once you're a bit more comfortable with the game overall, I suggest that you start playing multiplayer with your friends. Unturned is at least 10 times more fun with your friends and other players. It adds so much more to the game with many unpredictable scenarios that you may run into. If this video gets like, let's say 10 likes, I will continue with the series. I have a lot of ideas for future episodes. I'm going to cover basically everything: building, flying, PvP, melee combat, skills, and much more in a very detailed manner. If you wish to see more guides, please subscribe. Also check my other videos here and here. Like this video if you liked it and found it helpful. Dislike it if you disliked it. But please tell me how can I improve my future videos. All types of feedback is highly appreciated. Praising, constructive criticism, and even direct insults are all welcome here. But there is one last thing that you have to keep in mind, stranger. It's never been, it's not, and never will be easy in the Deadlands. May Mello guide you. Sir? We're done here. Are you seriously still waiting for something?
Wake me up! Wake me up inside! Can't wake up! Wake me up inside!